We tell you all the time that the best thing about traveling is the friends that you make.
Don't get us wrong. It's great to see cool things. It's great to find places to eat. It's really cool to get to just leave your home and kind of be out there. But
the camaraderie that comes along with making friends and all the things that you have in common is one of our favorite things.
We've driven 3,000 miles to spend time with our friends John and Deb from the channel From She to Me, and we've driven 1,000 miles to spend time with them.
But today, since we're only 150 miles away from where we lived, we made sure we changed our plans so we could spend some more time with them.
So we have a 2-hour drive today up into the beautiful mountains of Virginia to meet up with them. So it's time to leave our home to hit the road again. Almost every trip we take, one of the biggest challenges is getting out of our driveway. Isn't that crazy?
Almost missed O'Reilly's.
So we're at O'Reilly's and I need to take back the old motor from the steps to here. Reason is, well, I ordered one from Amazon and it wouldn't work. It probably could have if I'd had the wiring harness. So I came here to get the wiring harness, and when they didn't have it, well, they did have a motor. Half the price of what I would have spent on Amazon. So now I need to take the old motor back in so they can rebuild it and sell it again.
So don't you hate it when you get ready to go on a trip and something with the RV's not working?
Frick.
Now what?
It's terrible working upside down.
It is terrible working upside down. So our steps will not go back in.
Common issue with now that Lippert owns this.
Yeah. So Owen's trying to fix it himself, and I'll let him explain exactly what he did, because the first couple of times what we were wanting to do didn't work.
What was wrong was, I think the gears are bad in the motor. I've just tested it and it will retract and go out. So other issue is they sent the motor from Amazon, the one that I ordered, and it is it doesn't have the correct wiring. So I went up to the O'Reilly's parts store. They didn't have the wiring, but they did have the replacement motor there for half the money that I had spent on Amazon. But it didn't have the correct wiring either. So now I'm kind of merging both of those wires together. They're just two 12-volt wires of positive and negative that the controller uses to either push it out or bring it in. So I've got one of those done, doing the other one now. And just a few minutes, we'll know
if our steps work.
Here's the motor. This is, and it's in, but boy, it just barely touches the teeth right here, just barely. I think there's actually some kind of adjustment here that might be wrong, because it's working, but I don't know how long it's going to work. And then this is the replacement motor. It's actually the motor that brings up a window in a car when you press the button. Exact same motor. Didn't have the right wiring, but I have fused on a male and female end. You see the female end here. I'll connect that, and then we're going to see if this works. Look like a mechanic. Look, I got grease all over my hands. My fingernails are bad. But I think I've salvaged our trip if, when I open this door, the steps come out. Ha!
So are they all the way out? So that makes you do a happy dance?
Good grief, yeah.
Let's see what it looks like underneath. Yeah.
Now let's see if I can stand on them.
All right.
What's way up there?
Yeah, well, you're kind of...
You know, our driveway goes down, and to make myself about 3 feet of room so my fat belly and I could get underneath there, I just kind of straddled this little area. Now, if I close the door, will they retract?
Ta-da! So one more test is that we're going to start it and see if they automatically... Yep, they did. Awesome dawsome.
last stop, Kohl's, to return the Amazon step motor that we bought that didn't work. Now we're ready to go to Virginia. Whew. I hate running errands, don't you? But I tell you what, that thing of being able to return anything you want to from Amazon to Kohl's, I don't know who thought of that, but it's a really, really good idea for them, and it's convenient for us because it's pretty close to our home. As Brian would say, if you know that channel, and away we go. The rest area, you're all wrapped up. Got you by the woohoo break. I got you now. Hey. So we made it to Virginia, and now we've have a little lunch on the road. Maggie had her little fun stop at what she calls a blue sign. We're about 35 minutes away from the campground now. Get back on the road. Wasn't a very long drive to get here, and we're not really that tired or anything, which is great. But when you get here, this is kind of what do you think of this site?
It's kind of strange because it's just like parallel parking down here.
Yeah, look, you can just see over my shoulder. Everybody's just kind of backed into this little area. There's no separation between this site and our site, or the site on the other side of us. So Deb and John are probably going to park right here. Maybe. I don't know what we're going to do. We may try to point them side by side. We'll figure it out once they get here.
I think we're going to change the way we parked. Instead of parking long ways, I think we're going to park back and forth. Might take us a few tries here. I'm going to check the trees in the back. That looks better. Here's the entire site, so John and Deb can park over on the other side. We can share the electricity and the water if they need water. And I think this will work out better.
Hey guys.
They looked at us like, you're sharing a site with them?
Yeah, we are.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
Hey, Magus.
Looky there. That's Uncle John.
We're in somebody else's space.
I don't think so.
Hey.
A long time.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's a.
It's a hemorrhoid. What now? What were you just saying?
You drive for 6, 7, 8 hours.
Yeah.
It's
You're tired.
In the snow and all this stuff. And we switch drivers. She gets over there and I sit in my chair and she sees all these fun things in the room. She said, "Did you get that? Did you get that? Did you get that? Did you get that?" You're not much of a.
You don't do that, do you?
Oh,
Not there's anything wrong with that. I'm just.
So, you guys that know these two, you just see Deb most of the time, but you guys don't get to see the same John that we get to see. It's a treat for sure, but you don't get to see him like this. So this is for you guys. He is one of the funniest guys I know, and so
only when he has an audience.
Right. I'm a good audience. I'm a great audience for his. Yeah. So we egg each other on every time, but this is the way he is. Every time we're together. And then I miss this because you don't see him like this on the videos at all. It's like, I'm sure he said something, but it doesn't end up on the video.
Deb's always laughing. She isn't on video. I wonder what John did.
Yeah.
Never makes the final cut either.
Yeah. So she
I'm
cut.
on more studio floors than.
Is this the Mississippi?
you sent me a pin, and I looked at it and it said you were right on the Mississippi.
In my dreams, but I was like,
Anyway, we
have you not heard that saying, east of the Mississippi?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Right here, we're making white bean tacos tonight, and this is here. We got the table ready.
You ready?
Yep, black beans are ready. And is it too spicy?
It's not too spicy. It's really good.
Voice.
That face is. No, it really is.
Very measured. Did I put you on? Let me see. Look at this. A happy. Oh, wait a minute. That was almost a happy dance. I'm rubbing off on you.
Only for you, Owen.
All right, we're gonna
There you go, Owen.
eat dessert. That's the good stuff there. Deb went over and made blueberry cobbler. So what's the difference between a pie and cobbler?
Cobbler has, well,
Pie has crust top and bottom. Cobbler is mixed in with the
Wait a minute, John knows what now, sir? Right when you're taking
Pie
your bite?
has crust top and bottom. Cobbler has crust mixed in with the filling.
Man,
maybe.
my brother's so smart. So, good morning. Today's morning started out here around the table looking at maps and drying off the dew, and we have the chairs back out again. Griddle's ready. We're going to make some special breakfast this morning. I don't think we showed you this yesterday, but yeah, there's a wooded area behind us. You'd think it looked great, right?
John told me to photobomb you.
Go ahead. That was Deb.
Now he's got to start all over again.
No, you know me well enough to know I'm not going to start over at all.
Lynn is making her famous, what do you call these? I don't know what you call These are her breakfast breakfast quesadillas.
On goes the Nutella.
So what did you say you're making?
We call these poteattos.
Poteattos. Yeah, bon appetit.
Okay, I'll ask it again, this time on camera. Are you sure you two don't share common DNA?
We're not sure of anything.
So what do you got going on?
Back to the cast iron skillet we go. We have Poteattos, I think is what you guys call them. They're breakfast burritos. You gotta do that happy dance again.
That's not happy. That's just
Content.
yeah.
Problem with getting together with friends is time seems to disappear because you just sit there and talk, and there's just so much to catch up on. And you know, maybe we should do 3 or 4 days and then maybe have a day or two to catch up, and then we can go do new things. But this is a beautiful day. We should have a great time, don't you think?
I'm excited.
Continue on State Route 660 for 3 miles.
Cool bridge coming up.
today we took a ride on the Rails to Trail here at Draper, and man, we thought it was fun. What about you guys?
It was our second Rails to Trail ride this week. Nicely covered, so it wasn't too hot.
Yeah.
Along a river, it was really gorgeous. We want to come back and do more of these. We went over 3 or 4 trellises today.
Spectacular.
Yeah, but if you're afraid of heights, don't go there.
You guys drove all the way from California to New Jersey to meet up with George at Humble Road to see for the first time a cardboard mock-up of your van.
Yeah.
Right? And why did you drive instead of fly, and what did you think of the mock-up when you saw the van?
Well, we didn't even consider flying because we like to discover things across the country.
Yeah.
And we actually went via Canada and Vermont before we got to New Jersey.
To save $54, right?
Save $54 in tolls.
That's a tank of fuel and tolls.
Yeah.
And we had to have the bikes.
Yeah, we had to have the bikes because the hardest part, I think, about our bill, the build that George is doing, is fitting the bikes in there. And so while we're there, he basically, takes things apart and puts it back together to make sure it fits. And he had a slide out, so he could put it on the slide out, shove it in, make sure it's going to work.
Love the van?
Oh, I think it's going to be awesome. Yeah.
If our viewers are thinking about building a van, what advice would you give them that's different when you build a van than when you just go into a showroom and buy one?
Well, I think it's important for people to have traveled in a van before they get a custom van. You don't know what you want.
Yeah.
You really need to experience it. So that would be the number one advice. And just be patient because a good custom van is going to take time. Well, you guys have had a number of RVs. You've gone from Class A down to vans. What's been your favorite RV?
I think it's kind of different because we travel differently with the Class A than we do like today.
How many years ago did you get the Class A?
Probably
20
years.
Okay,
22
so you've been
years
doing
ago.
this a lot longer.
Right.
Yeah.
I can see us keeping this one longer than we anticipated we would if it stops having issues pop up every 2 months. This has been the most problematic purchase that we've ever made. There have been so many things that have gone wrong, and it's an initial design, and you can just tell that a lot of things. At some point, you start saying, "Wow, how much are you willing to put up with, even though you love it?" Because the quality, there's a lot to be said that maybe the quality needs to be better. And
Was this the first year that they made the?
This is the first.
the original.
Yeah,
or
this
Yeah.
is the
All that said, we sleep like babies in it.
Yeah.
We love the way it travels. It's got more horsepower and get up and go than the Mercedes did.
The layout has been great.
Yeah.
it has.
I mean, when we cooked
Love that.
outside for
I
you-
love the bathroom. Yeah, the cooking outside last night was really
And
perfect.
I think for the time of our life that we're in right
Right.
now, I think having this size and being able to travel around and being, semi-mobile and it works really good for us.
Yeah, I do think Winnebago kind of nailed it with the layout.
Yeah.
But it's usually the components or the build
That is
quality
true. It's
that
like-
can be. Yeah, no RV is perfect.
Yeah, you're right.
You guys did Alaska the same year we did, but we didn't know you then.
Right.
Would you like to go back? And what would you do differently from the first time you went?
Wow. We would love to go back. I think that's the given. I think one of the things that we did that's one of those been there and got the t-shirt kind of things is going all the way to the Arctic Ocean.
Yeah.
It was a long way to get out there. It was a fun thing, and I'm glad we did it.
It was a challenge.
It was.
That's the reason why we did it. But I don't think we would do that again.
We wouldn't do that again.
I think we would stay at the Kenai Peninsula more.
Right. We spent quite a bit of time at Denali, and I don't think we would do that again. That was one
Exactly.
of those things that you just kind of go,
I don't think we would go back there.
I think it's one of, you
I
hear
agree.
everybody talking about build it up and you build it up and build it up. Going out to McCarthy and seeing that old place. Yeah, that was
great.
that lived up to the hype and then some, but I don't know. Lynn and I have this thing about national parks. They're such a treasure, but they're so full of people that it's hard to enjoy and get out in the middle of nature. Like today's bike ride, we saw 6 people maybe while we were riding.
I think we would take the plane over to see the black bears.
Yeah, I
to see-
think
that?
no,
to
but I
see
think
the
we would
grizzly.
do that
The
too.
grizzly bears,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
for sure.
We didn't do that.
Because I know that was real expensive and we didn't really.
We
We
didn't
had-
take water toys last time either, and we probably would this
Oh,
time.
cool.
So how about you? Are you going back?
We'd like to go back in a few years when we have the new van. And we'd like to take the ferry one way because we couldn't because of the strike. I don't know if you guys were up there during the ferry strike. We had a reservation, and so we couldn't take the ferry back to, we were going to take it back to Prince Rupert.
Yeah.
And maybe spend more time in British Columbia and Alberta.
And you know, when we started this video, Lynn told you it's not going to Alaska. It's the people that make this so much better than just getting out here camping.
Yeah.
And
And the people, a big part of the people is the people who are watching
Right.
this.
Right.
The ones we meet, and it's like, it really makes it feel like a community.
it does.
You've said a lot of time on your channel. If you run into us, please say hello.
Yeah, right.
Please
right.
say
Same
hello.
with you guys
Love
too,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Say hello.
Even
It's
if you're in Costco.
Yeah, that happens a lot. We'll build a fire and we'll enjoy the rest of the evening. And this is a beautiful little campground, isn't it? This
You
is
promised me lightning bugs.
We might have to walk back down towards.
They're going to
the
be
lake.
like in the grassy areas. So, see, there are things we
Take for
here, we
granted.
take for granted here in the South. That,
like cardinals. And
Yeah.
cardinals and,
Yeah.
and those and
she saw
blue
a cardinal
jays.
today, and
like,
Yeah,
said,
she got excited about a cardinal.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for letting us interview you. Peace out.
Peace.
Piece of wood's going to be the end of me.
There you go.
John's got an axe.
Yeah.
Next to grind.
Like I said, when we were out west, we didn't.
We didn't do any fires because there was a fire ban about every time we tried to go.
All over his
Yeah.
face.
We
It is shameless. It really is. It's a pleasure to be around a shameless grandkid.
is it? It's a pleasure, huh?
The innocence is just overwhelming.
You promised me lightning bugs.
So long, farewell. Live today. I appreciate it.
We don't know the word. He knows the words to everything.
You can't motor escape the buffalo herd.
Look at that, dueling cameras. Here we go. Today, fellow tourists, we are going to see some things. Today, fellow tourists. What day is this?
I don't know. Thursday?
You don't
Thursday.
even know. Thursday. All right. Let's see. We're supposed to take Maggie for a walk. We did that. We're supposed to eat breakfast.
Did you brush your teeth?
Both of them. And now we're going to do an intro to today. So today we're going to take our bikes over to the New River State Park on one of the best bike trails in the southeast of the USA. And it's just a short drive from the campground. Let us go.
There's Owen sharing his fish stories.
That's right. And then we put him back.
Well, we're talking about the way she hooks her camera up. And
Yeah.
I said, anything that close never wants to leave.
That's right. Let's see here. Oh, that's in the right spot
Know
there.
what they're doing.
Oh, look. They've got uniforms. Those are bikers there.
They're real right to the bike.